Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing video. My name is Thomas and today I'll be enjoying a Irish coffee. Not really much of a coffee person normally, but with enough cream anything becomes potable, so cheers guys. Ooh, that is delicious, but I'm already dripping. Wow. Anyway, let's take a look at this package over here. I think I know what this is, but it's been a while since I asked for it. I think many months ago, in fact, since we first discussed this keyboard. So this should be an interesting refresher for me as well. Need to be a bit careful with this, apparently. That's the secret to making everything amazing. Cream. I'm very much a dairy nut, so this is very welcome. Cool. There we go. Right. There we go. This box, which looks like a complete rip-off of a razor box, but is otherwise quite understated. This is the M1 V5 ISO, and I think it's by Monsgeek, though officially the manufacturer is Dongguan Yingqing Electronics Technology Company Limited. And this was sent in by Akko Gear, who also sent in two other keyboards not that long ago. And this is the keyboard they approached me with originally, but this wasn't ready yet. So we put in those other keyboards in the meantime. And now we have this one. There you go, it is indeed Monsgeek branded. Now the reason I was interested in this is that this is a TMR keyboard, which is short for tunnel magnetoresistance, and it's a sensing method that's, let's say, derivative of the Hall effect. In fact, it has some cross-compatibility with Hall effect. The physical phenomenon behind the sensing is completely different, but it still uses magnets in proximity. If you're interested in how it works, I made a very detailed video, teardown video about TMR switches that explains the workings of the switches and, well, and its quantum mechanical origin. Let's see, blah blah blah. Oop. Okay. Very busy looking. Well, manual is a big word, but whatever. Get rid of that. And these inserts. Here is a extras box, it seems. Item number one. Well, it looks more like evidence like this. A keycap puller. It's rare to see this nowadays. This is also only a keycap puller, not a switch one, which would suggest that the switches are not hot swappable. Oh, I was going to say, but I think they are, and indeed they gave me a switch puller as well, in the same lilac color. I think I already have this. Must have had it from their other keyboards as well. This lilac color is difficult to forget. And a dongle, that's useful to have, and a cable, and nothing else in here. So, and then this box is also empty. So, let's have a look. Oh, it's heavy. quite heavy, more than you would expect. Damn, I might make this more often. The irony is, I hate coffee, but I love everything with coffee flavor. So, there you go. Oh my god, this thing I threw away just landed behind my head. So, compared to many of the other keyboards I've shown of late, this is a very reserved looking one. I asked for this in black. I think you can also get it in white, but it's actually two-tone, so the keycaps are kind of dark grey, sort of anthracite or something for the alphanumeric caps, and there's also black in there as well, which looks a little bit like a sort of muted Dolce one. Now, I asked for ISO UK, but they didn't have that. They only had ISO German. Excuse me, ISO German laying around, and it was either this or ANSI. So I figured, whatever, I'll just do a QWERTZ keyboard instead. There you go, there's the back, just says M1 V5 TMR. The case has a strange texture to it. It's clearly metallic. It's a little bit rough. I don't know, maybe it's... It might be that it's CNC'd and then, I don't know, roughened up or something, but it could also be cast and then polished a little bit. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. So let's see if I can connect her up. So there's this sort of rubber nozzle thingy at the back in front of the USB port. I'm not entirely sure what the function is, but it's kind of in the way, frankly. And this port is very stiff. Maybe it's there to keep the cable, well, the connector, I should say, in place or something. Let's see how it works. Now, I must admit, I did not expect that sound profile that's different from many other keyboards. Delicious. Okay. Interesting key feel. I don't want to start reviewing the keyboard just yet. Smooth though. It's nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to spending some time with this thing. Even though it's it's in Germanese still, and it's a small layout again, but at least it's got, you know, the basics like arrow keys and F keys. I feel like small layouts, well, the really small layouts get me crankier and crankier nowadays. But this is okay, fine. I can play Diablo 2 with this. Yeah, there's a very interesting quality to the sound. I don't know if you can tell that. Obviously, there'll be a full typing demo at the end of the review and a proper sound demonstration then. This is just me fucking around a little bit, but see, this is not the kind of sound I typically associate with Hall effect switches, and this is despite the switches being pretty much the same. In fact, I think you can use Hall effect switches in a TMR board. Depends a little bit how you configure them. They can theoretically be incompatible, but it's mainly the sensors that are different. And these, ooh, what is that? Come on, son. There you go. So these have this peculiar grey-blue color. Slightly greener than Blue Alps, but otherwise somewhat comparable. They're branded ACO. And they have a closed bottom that's not unheard of nowadays. I'm not entirely sure how different the construction of this switch is compared to many other Hall effect switches, or if there's any difference at all, really. But it's cool. So TMR is one of those emerging, well, not emerging, it's a well-known technology for a long time actually, but one of those technologies that at the moment is kind of trying to take over the throne of Hall effect switches. So Hall effect switches have really become kind of a second standard next to Cherry MX, thankfully, and two new switch technologies are trying to take over this place, one being TMR and the other being inductive. I've covered both of them on the channel so far, and I really want to see how these fare compared to Hall effect, which by now has almost become kind of banal. So so yeah, that's why I'd like to take a look at this this keyboard, and so far it's more surprising than I thought. But I also just like the classic look at this, because, you know, I like fancy looking keyboards if done well. There's not that many that do it well, but some of them really do it well, especially compared to the other two ACOs, which were highly thematic keyboards with, you know, whole picturesque scenes and special keycaps and vivid colors. One of them even had a walnut case. This is, well, I wouldn't say standard, but let's say reserved. It's not even shiny. So that's an interesting interesting contrast there. Anyway, I think I've been waffling for long enough. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video, and I'll see you in another video down the line. Bye, guys.